What if you had a dream ever since you were a child of what you wanted to be when you grew up? You carry this dream with you throughout your life, ignoring the scoffs and non-believers, focusing only on making this come true. And all the while telling yourself that once you make it, it'll be worth it. Once you make it, you'll thank yourself for everything you had to give up to make it real. But what if this dream, this vision of what you've wanted, this goal that you have spent so much of your life on, isn't what you thought it would be? What if this dream isn't actually what you want at all? Nobody tells you when you make art your career that it invariably changes your relationship with it. You've commodified a hobby, something that's so intrinsically linked to your spirit, if you will, and you rely on your creativity now to survive, and that's what makes it different. Your art is no longer just a form of self-expression, it's a job, and for some it's a wonderful job. But if you aren't creating in a way that aligns with your heart and your spirit and what you really want to put out in the world, it can be draining. Ever since I was a kid, I had one goal, and that was to become an artist. And I spent the majority of my life building up my skills, going to school, sacrificing time, sending my stuff out to agencies and publishers to get my stuff out there, eventually getting a wonderful agent who I'm signed with now, working on some amazing projects that I am so grateful for. But I can freely admit that I don't make or see art the same way anymore. I mean, things have changed. It's a job now, and it feels different to make things than how it was before I started making this my career. I don't even make art for myself in my free time anymore because I'm so tired from doing it full time and for my job that when I have free time, the idea of making stuff for myself seems just more effort than it's worth. And that's when I realized that I needed to change something because I have kind of lost my passion to create, and I never thought I would feel this way. I never thought that I would lose that spark to paint or draw, but even the idea of just sketching something in my free time feels like a chore, and I hate that. And so I've taken a little bit of time to think about why I might be feeling this way and where I think I could pivot my creative endeavors to still try and bring in some income with my art. Like, I always thought that I just wanted to illustrate kids' books and that's it, but I'm realizing now maybe that's not it, or maybe that's not just it. Maybe there are other things that I can pivot into or find a different direction to express my creativity that can still bring in some money, but still fuels my fire for creating things. So while I don't think I'm gonna stop illustrating books for kids written by other people, I definitely think I'm gonna take a bit of time away from that and figure out other things that I might want to pursue, which is really scary because I had this one idea that I thought I wanted my life to be, and now I'm realizing maybe that's not it, and I'm trying to tell myself that it's okay. And if you're in a similar spot, definitely don't feel bad if you are realizing that maybe something you've wanted isn't what you really want to do. So, what does this mean? Where do you go when you feel like this dream that you've been striving for isn't aligning with you, or it's taking away passion from something that you loved so much? I think a part of it is reconfiguring what you want to do and what values you're looking for when it comes to a job, and if that includes monetizing your craft. For me, I've personally realized that I've always told myself, like, I just want to be an artist, I just want to illustrate books, and that's the only thing that I want to do. And while I do think there is truth in that, I think that it's also more. I think that I told myself I just wanted to be an artist, but what I really think I was trying to tell myself is I want to be a storyteller. Being on TikTok and making videos on here has showed me that I really love using my creativity to make people laugh or feel inspired or just feel seen. And I also have tons of ideas that I want to write for kids' books. And I think that there is something in there that I want to explore more. And I have no pretenses that even if I were to write my own stories, that's still going to be work. Like, I'm not trying to pretend like, oh, work is going to be fun no matter what. Like, no, I know it's still going to be hard, but I do think that there's a difference between regular work stress and losing passion for something. And I don't want to lose passion for my art. And so I think going in that direction will help me allow myself to still create and be more intentional and be happier about what I'm creating than just focusing on illustrating books for other people. I also think it's super important to have other hobbies. Like, if you were like me, growing up, you were like an artsy kid and art was your whole world, like that was your hobby. And then now you are the artsy kid who made your hobby into a job. And then you might find one day you're like, oh, actually, I don't have any other hobbies. And it can also lead to you feeling stale about your craft. So I think diving into something else can help form a kind of separation. And, you know, as they say, distance makes the heart grow fonder. But I also think that in separating yourself and having other interests, you can explore yourself in different ways and unlock your creativity in something else. And also allow your mind to relax from the stress of your art job and focus on something else that can bring you joy. And perhaps the most important thing that I can say about this, and the thing that I hope that I can impart, if there's one thing that I can leave you with today, it's this. It is absolutely okay to walk away from something, especially if it is draining you or damaging your well-being. There are so many influencers and like business career gurus who are like, persevere, push through everything, monetize every single facet about yourself and make it a six-figure business. And I'm just like, the capitalism is just so embedded. Like, not everybody is meant to do that, and not everybody wants to do that. And like, you can, and if you are happy and it makes you money, like, great, good for you. But also don't feel pressured to continue to do something if it's not what you want to do and it's not bringing you joy. I think it is so fine and necessary to preserve and take care of your mental health. And if that means stepping away from something or just stopping pursuing something so that you can focus on bringing your health and figuring out, you know, what your heart really wants to do, I fully support you. Don't continue to do something. Don't fall into like this nonsense marketing capitalism crap. Life is too short and you deserve to be happy, and don't push through forever if it's just making you miserable. By all means, give your dream and your goals everything you can. I am not saying just like give up when things get hard, because no, that's silly. Don't just be like, oh, darn, after a month and things aren't working out, I'm just gonna give up because everything sucks. No. But if after like a year or two and like you've lost a lot of money, you're having panic attacks, you're just drained completely, and things are just like really not looking good, it is okay to maybe step back and think, is this working out for me? Is it worth it? And am I even happy doing this? And also, like, it's okay if your dreams change. People change and develop and grow as they get older. And that's the same thing with your goals and aspirations. So if you achieve something and you get this goal that you've always wanted, and after a while you're like, oh, actually, do I even like this anymore? That's normal. And it's fine. It's fine to try for something else instead. That is okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Life is too short to be miserable. I think that if you're a musician, if you're an artist, if you're a writer, and if you have made your craft into a career and you're thriving and you're happy, that is amazing. But if you're in something that isn't bringing you joy, or you're using your craft in a way that, yeah, is bringing you money, but it's causing you to lose passion for it and you want to try something else, that is great. I support that. I think it's okay to leave something if it's ruining your passion for art. I do think there are paths. There are so many ways you can go with your career to fit in and not lose your passion for it, it just takes trial and error. And there's a quote from one of my favorite musicals, Into the Woods, where it goes like, actually, let me not butcher it. Let me actually look it up. Into the woods, it's time to go. I hate to leave, I have to though. Into the woods, it's time, and so I must begin my journey. Okay, we got it. The quote is, how can you know what you want till you get what you want and you see if you like it? And that is so true. How do you know that what your dream and goals and aspirations are, if that's really what you want, until you give everything to making it come true, sitting in it, and judging for yourself? Now, for me personally, I have no idea what I'm gonna do. Maybe I'll go back to working a full-time job, or maybe I'll actually become a published author and have that work out. Or, maybe something will work out with this channel and that'll yield something as well. Who knows? But overall, I think implementing these lessons, I will be able to curate a better path forward for me in my career and what I want to do. And I hope that some of these lessons are helpful in some way. Maybe. But yeah, I've learned a lot in this artistic journey of mine. I'm going to take all of the things that I liked and all of the things I didn't like and smush them together and try and find out what's the best path forward for me. And I hope that you, if you're feeling lost and you're kind of in a similar position, I hope that you can step back and think what it is that'll bring you joy and how you can get there for yourself. I hope that this was helpful. Thank you very, very much for being here, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now. The way is clear, the light is good. I have no fear. I sort of hate to ask it, but do you have a basket? Where the heck is this quote?